Hello there. Welcome to Sharp Made Easy. My name is Chance. I'll be a teacher for this lesson. My job is to make coding in C# easy for people just starting out to code. I'll try to make the lessons as interactive as possible so you can get some hands-on experience. Without further ado, let's begin the lesson. Today we're going to be making a little program called Hello World. It's the very bottom line basics of just running a very simple code. For this, I'll be using Microsoft Visual Studio 2017. We are using Windows. If you're using Mac, there are other alternatives, although I'm not completely sure of the names of the alternatives. I know there are. So I'll provide the link in the description for Microsoft Visual Studios 2017, and you can go ahead and download that, set it up, make sure that the code is in C#. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. So once you've already downloaded and everything, just go ahead and create a new project. Make sure it's in Visual C# as well as a console app. And you can name it anything you want. We can go ahead and call it Hello World just for these reasons. Go ahead and click OK. Once it pops up with everything, it's going to show up like this. So now what you're going to be looking at, may be unfamiliar if you've never coded in your life. So everything up here is called a library. Now, the library pretty much imports different things that you're going to need in order to make your program run. We shouldn't have to do it for this one since it's a very simple program, but once you start building up experience and you decide that you want to make your program more complex, there's other libraries that you're able to import. So the namespace is pretty much just a collection of classes, which we'll explain later on down the road. A class is, in a sense, pretty much the blueprint of the program. It's pretty much where all your code is going to go inside of, so that way you can make everything run pretty well. And then this right here, static void main string args, that's just going to be your main method whenever you work with a console application. So what that is everything that you want to run can go in here, and it should run unless there's other bugs and stuff that you come across. But yeah, so let's go ahead and start actually coding. So alright, so what you want to do to actually display things, there's a command that we're going to need. So just go ahead and type in console.writeLine. Now, as you saw, there were two write things. There was write and then there's write line. Write is pretty much going to keep it on one line. Whenever you do write line, it's going to jump down to the next line and start writing. So just go ahead and type this out, and once you do that, inside of the parentheses you want to put 2 quotation marks. These signify that we're going to input a string value, which we'll cover later on. And you just want to go ahead and type in Hello World. You can pretty much put anything you want in here. It doesn't have to be Hello World. Could be your name, like mine is Chance. It'll still display it. But for this, we'll just go Hello World. Alright. So now the thing is, with this will run, but it will not display because we don't have anything that will have it read, I guess. So I guess what I'm trying to say is we can write it, but it won't actually display it. So if we go up here and we click start, it will pop open very briefly. If not, yeah, it'll pop up very briefly, it'll show it real quick, and then it just disappears, and we don't want that. So what we're going to do, we're going to type in console.readLine. And now what that is going to do is whenever we hit any key on the keyboard, it'll disappear. So what'll happen, so let's go ahead and click start, it'll pop up, it'll stay, and let's say I click like D or enter or something like that. then that's when it disappears. It's a very, very simple program. If you want, you can play around with it. Doesn't really matter. Like you can add more if you really wanted to. Like you could say my name is Chance, and you could run it, and it'll display both. So this is just a very, very simple introductory course. Probably not gonna get real nitty gritty with it. This is just for people who kind of want a general overview, or just people who are just starting out. I may go a little bit nitty gritty depending on the topic. Like strings probably will need more clarification on some of it, because there are a lot of things to do with it. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for today's lesson. Just a very simple hello world program, just printing things to the console, and whenever you hit enter, it goes away. So thank you for watching. Come back for any more tutorials on Sharp Made Easy. Thank you so much for watching.